I want a badge.
Put me in handcuffs. Let's go.
I want a badge.
I'm not breaking any law, Miss Lady. You have to be trespassing to do
You're
trespassing.
trespassing. It's private property.
But why did? So this is malicious. This is malicious.
Lewis, look, Google City of Punta Gorda ordinances. Look that up, and you'll see it.
It's clearly unconstitutional. And
Do you have an idea on your property? I'm not leaving.
You gotta leave.
The only way I'm leaving if you threaten to arrest me. All right. Under threat of arrest, I will leave, and you will violate the First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment.
What happens when a cop who doesn't know the law meets someone who does? In this video, a so-called Karen cop tries every trick in the book. Threats, fake authority, and even intimidation to demand ID. But today she picked the wrong person. Watch as this citizen calmly dismantles every unlawful tactic with nothing but the Constitution.
That suspicion isn't a crime. We're in full uniform, Miss Lady. We're not doing nothing wrong.
What do you mean, Miss Lady? She is not in full uniform.
She has it on her phone.
So what? I can get anything on my phone.
She has her badge, her name.
I don't care. She should have her badge around her neck. Give me your name. Okay. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Can I get a supervisor?
If I call.
Can I dig in my pocket to grab my phone?
Sure, you can get your supervisor as well.
Okay, no, I want your supervisor.
Oh, I don't.
Well, can you call one?
I don't have one on duty.
What do you
right now?
D blast you. All right.
Give me.
I'm gonna give you. You're gonna get what you gotta get coming.
772 county. Can I have your name on?
Make sure you tell them the right thing. You ain't doing nothing wrong.
I know you're not.
I know you ain't doing nothing wrong, right?
I'm not saying you're doing it.
Right.
You can cancel that. I didn't say you were doing anything wrong, but I want you to identify yourself because you're going in and out of all these buildings. That's all I asked for, right?
Grab my.
And then he's not in any uniform, and she has no badge, and she has no badge, and she has no badge.
Lady,
where's
but
the badge?
you making sure we're the bad people. So I'm
at anybody's phones. I want a badge.
Let's go.
I want a badge.
Let's go. I want to go to jail.
I want a badge.
Because I'm looking.
I want a badge.
Put me in handcuffs. Let's go.
I want a badge.
I'm not breaking any law, Miss Lady. You have to be trespassing to do
trespassing. You're trespassing. It's private property. It's private property.
You have to be trespassed. You the cop. You know the law.
You are trespassing. It's private property.
We're not trespassing. You have to be trespassed.
Okay, so can we leave?
No, stay.
Okay, we can stay. So are we being detained?
2772 to 2772.
So we are being detained.
Are we being detained?
I just want your
So we're
identification.
being detained.
Okay, are we being detained?
Give me your badges. If you can certainly show a badge to anybody here, you can show me the badge.
We haven't.
You
You're
are.
a civil servant.
All I did was ask you for your identification. How am I being hostile?
Let's
All I
de-escalate.
asked did I ask you for your just
You
your
protect and
identification?
serve me. Can you de-escalate?
You are a civil
Give
servant.
me your
Can you please de-escalate?
identification of where you people
Yes,
work.
I will give you my identification.
That's the first
Will
thing I
you?
asked you.
Okay, but
That's
before
all I
the
asked
law
for.
states, in order for me to identify to a police officer in the state of Pennsylvania, you have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime, have committed a crime.
No. As long as there's a
Suspicion.
As long as there is a complaint, I have to get to the bottom of the complaint.
but Miss
correct?
Lady, you don't
I
have-
don't know if anything is
We
going
have
on.
appointments. We came here for appointments.
I don't know that.
We're telling you.
You came out. You
We
came out here.
We don't have to give you.
Go over that.
We don't have to give you.
you're not
All
gonna talk to me
I
like that,
asked
young
you for
lady.
was your identification
You're not
and
gonna
who
talk
you
to me
work
like
for. That's all I asked for.
Miss Lady, and
Right.
I will
That's
give
all
you.
Would you like my lawyer's number?
I stand on law, though.
Would you like my lawyer's number?
We can give you our supervisor.
Is that what you would like?
You can contact our
Sounds like
supervisor.
that sounds like that was
And
doing.
who you work for. That's all I'm asking you.
Okay.
My name is Jeffrey Dice.
I will.
I am not speaking to you.
I'm talking
when I'm
to you.
speaking to you, I will be looking
Why
at
you
you.
being so hostile, Miss
Don't
Lady?
get on my face. You
Yes,
want to get mad at me.
identification.
We
You want to get
recorded
mad at me
this.
because you can get mad at him.
Give me your identification, who you work for. That's all I'm asking for.
Me too.
Don't anybody worry about
You're
you.
a police caller, bro. Yes, we do have badges, lady.
Suspicion to me thinks something is going on. They don't have badges.
Look, we are wearing.
No, she doesn't.
Look what we're wearing.
Don't pull it out.
She doesn't.
We're working.
Does she have that on?
So, Miss Lady,
Wait, Miss Sir, Mr. Sir.
That's all
Miss
right.
Sir,
Sorry.
you put you on YouTube. You going on YouTube, you might be famous. In fact, y'all ride with the camera crew. Where the camera crew at?
We don't have it over there.
Okay.
She does not
Well,
have.
how about
she
this?
does not
Until
have
your
her
supervisor
badge
get here,
on.
I'm
I
going
have a
to
supervisor on
invoke
shift
my
now.
Fifth Amendment. Now, if you want to arrest me, you can do that. I'm sorry it has to go
my
like
Fifth
this.
Amendment as well.
But for a man that's protecting his rights, you
Your
want me
rights
to?
is what? To
Okay,
identify
no,
yourself?
to plead the
To
fifth
identify
because I
who
have
you're
not
working
committed
for.
a crime. I only answer when I commit a crime, Miss Lady. I have not committed a crime.
All I'm asking you for is your ID.
But I will have to give that if I commit a crime. You're so used to arresting people.
She's giving me your name.
Nope. Come on, I beat you at this, man.
I'm very adept in what the law states. So.
Now, if you're gonna add me on Snapchat, if you're gonna add me on Facebook or something like that, I'll give you my name. But I'm not giving you my name.
It would have been so much easier.
Yeah, but now y'all got us out here like we the bad people.
Nobody's saying that.
But we're not the bad
We're
people.
not the bad people. So the process is when I
She don't want to call the police.
If you would have just given
Police.
me your name, okay, but now you're gonna have to start all over. Whatever you gotta come back a different day.
Oh, I'm done now.
We got
I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm
blocks.
gonna have a drink. You might see me there.
She said, wait.
Listen, I know
What did she
I get
say?
the vibe from you.
Michaela.
Your
2
job is to
a.m.
Get my name, run me through your system.
I wasn't running anybody.
This lady, come on, man.
I wasn't.
Okay, I'll give you this much. I did 6.5 years in prison. There's nothing you can tell me.
Can I get a light? Can I get a cigarette?
There's nothing you can tell me about the law. You can't. Look at me now. Look at the knowledge I gave you.
I got give you so
Yeah,
much
'cause you know I'm
knowledge.
right,
I don't even
though.
know if I can comprehend it.
All right, you might want to be an attorney and not a cop.
Right.
Because you just try.
How long you been the police?
What she did was, it's a scare tactic. She say,
Yep. You love it. Love it.
What's up? What?
Breaking city code ordinance.
How? I'm protesting.
City code ordinance 1402.
I'm protesting. You can't make a crime out of the First Amendment. What ordinance am I breaking?
Okay, you can look at it if you would like. Do you have any identification on you?
Well, what's the ordinance? I need to know the ordinance that I'm committing first.
1402.
And what is
Do you
that?
have any identification on you?
What crime did I commit? This is a civil. This is civil. This is not criminal. This is civil, correct? Is it civil or is it criminal?
Listen to what he's telling you. You violated City Code Ordinance 14-2 because of the use of the bullhorn, okay? You can stand out here and talk all you want and use your sign, do whatever you want, but you can't use the bullhorn. It's in the statute right here, 14-2. So, he's asking you for an ID. Do you have one or not?
I have a question before I present any ID. Is it a criminal offense or is it a civil offense?
It's a City Code violation.
And is that civil or criminal? It's a simple question. Civil?
It's a civil offense.
Thank you. So it's not criminal. That means I've not committed a crime. So what is your reasonable cause sufficient for the ID then? Wait, did we talk on when?
No, I've never talked to you.
No, not you then. I don't know who it was.
So civilly, okay, it rules that you have to abate it, which means cease it. Okay?
Correct.
So if we have to come out here again, you're getting a $100 fine.
Okay.
And if you refuse to stop the bullhorn, you will be arrested for obstruction.
Obstruction.
Yes.
But it's protesting. You can't make.
No, ceasing. No. It'd be ceasing the orders. We respect your protest right.
Clearly not. But when the pro-choicers were out here, you didn't but give them this.
That's not true. I was not even here for that.
A bunch of y'all's chief was out here.
Listen, Lewis.
Davis, I believe.
Lewis.
How do you know my name?
Because I know you from 2 weeks ago when you were here, or 3
So
weeks
I thought we didn't talk though.
I didn't talk, but I'm paid to know people, okay? So I know who you are because we have to address complaints we receive.
So if you know who I am, then why are you asking me for my ID?
Because I don't know who you are.
Oh, he just said it.
I don't remember your full name. I just remember somebody's first name. That's it. Okay. We respect your ability to protest.
Clearly.
We respect your sign. We respect that. Okay. The thing is, when we get a complaint and the use of the bullhorn, and then we witnessed it, we had to do it.
The pro-choices were out here 2 weeks ago with bullhorns.
I can't address that, sir.
Oh, but you won't give them a noise ordinance when they were making a crap ton of noise, but I have to get addressed.
Well, do you understand the 14-2?
But why didn't... So this is malicious. This is malicious.
Lewis, look, Google City of Punta Gorda ordinances, look that up and you'll see it.
It's clearly unconstitutional. And
Do you have an ID on you or not?
What's the crime I committed? What crime did I commit?
You do not have an ID on you?
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. What crime did I commit?
Are you going to provide an ID?
What crime did I commit? Answer me what crime I've committed, and I'll present an ID. If you can say at Florida statute that I have violated,
Lewis,
which is a crime,
you have violated.
it's civil. That's civil, correct?
Lewis? Okay, so is speeding. Okay.
Traffic is different from
Lewis,
civil.
Lewis, they're both civil. Okay. All right, we're done. Okay. You understand that the bullhorn is not longer allowed use. Okay. If you want to fight it in the code board. Okay.
Oh, the kangaroo court, right?
It's up to you. All right. Have a good day. You confirm?
Nope, because I didn't commit any crime.
Lewis, have a good day.
Committed no crime.
Hey, talk to your buddy. I'm Chai. He wants to talk to you.
Okay, and he can wait, and I'll address him.
Lewis, we agree with good discord. Okay.
Clearly not. I have the right to protest.
Can you just listen to me? Okay. This has nothing to do with your sign or your ability to protest?
Clearly it does, because I'm using this as an instrument of protest. True or not true?
No.
So I'm not using this to protest. I'm not using this to get my message, right?
Okay. Unless you get a permit from the city for that?
So I have to have a permit to exercise a constitutional right.
No, to use a bullhorn to disrupt other people.
It's a protest. You cannot make a crime out of the First Amendment.
No, it's a civil infraction. Take it to the board.
I will be taking it to the board. Pigs.
Is there any reason for it?
Yes.
What's the reason?
One of the neighbors in the
This neighbor right here.
neighborhood called in saying that you were taking photographs of her while she was out in her yard.
Taking photographs of her?
Yeah.
How would she know that? How would you know I was taking photographs of
Yeah,
you?
see your driver's license, proof of insurance, please.
Well, is it a crime to take photographs in a public area? It's not. It's not, actually.
Okay. It can be considered
Let's hear
intrusive
this.
and disorderly conduct.
So is it
to
intrusive
do that.
and disorderly conduct? Is it or isn't it? Do you suspect me of having committed a crime? Am I in the commission of a crime? Yes or no? That's simple.
That's what I'm trying to determine.
Well, no, I'm not. So you've determined it
I don't
now.
have to take that for your word for that.
So are you telling me I am unable, as a free citizen of the United States of America, to sit in a public area, public space, with my phone on my mount, which is where I prefer it to be? Doesn't mean it's taking pictures. That's just where phones go, on the mounts. You're not supposed to hold your phone in Minnesota?
That actually doesn't.
Well, I'm just getting ahead of time. It's safer, isn't it? Hey, I have a question. What street is this? Is this Oak Street? Hey, is 6186 Oak Street 4 houses down? I'm not asking you.
It very easily could be.
It
yes.
is, actually. I'll just confirm for everybody. It is, actually.
Okay. So, if you were going to 6186 Oak Street,
At
why not sit?
11 a.m. And no, I'm not going to sit right in front of their house. Because
So
this
sit
is
in front
public
of-
space. So I can sit anywhere along this street I please. Any day of the week I please. Any time of day I please.
And all I asked you was if you were lost.
And then you went and called the police on me after I said, no, I'm not lost. Thank you for your help.
Why I was nervous.
Thank you for your help. I know it's terrifying that there's a colored person in your neighborhood.
My husband's black, honey.
All right. Well, then
My
why
kids
don't you
are
go
all
back
half
into your home?
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
You might as well just go back in because.
Yes,
we're
because
not-
there's no crime being committed. Have a nice day. Can I help you?
Sure.
What can I help you with?
What's your-
Actually, am
May
I
I
being
see your
detained?
work order?
Am I being detained? No, you may not. That's private information. I'm not going to share with a random person. Am I being
I'm not a
detained?
random person.
Am I being detained? You are a random person. You
I
haven't
am
even
not.
identified yourself as a police officer. Appalling. That's appalling. Am I being detained now for the 15th time on camera? Yes or no?
Yes.
I'm being detained. What am I
Yes.
being detained for?
Investigation into a suspicious activity.
What's the suspicious activity? Sitting in a public space with my phone on my mount?
I don't
It's
know.
all on camera. Do you understand that? I'm going to go to your department and send them the video.
Okay. What have I done wrong?
You're illegally detaining me. You clown. Are you kidding me? What a joke. Do you see my partner down here as well filming? You clown. You are a joke. Go get a real job. Go get a real job. You rude human. Get away from me.
What have I done that's rude?
You're illegally detaining me. You just stated it on camera.
Yes, I am
Oh
detaining
my
you
Lord,
during
you're
the investigation
hilarious.
of a suspicious activity that was reported
All right.
to my
Well,
office.
is there a crime being committed? Has there been a
I
crime
don't know.
committed?
I have not been able to
What are you
determine
going to do
that
to lead
because
up
you're
with?
not
What are you going to
cooperating.
do to lead up with your investigation? What are you going to do?
That's why I'm trying to discuss this with you and determine what it is that you're doing in the area.
None
I
of
don't-
anybody's business because this is public property that I pay taxes for.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're a resident of the city of North
I'm not
Branch?
saying anything to you. I don't need to answer your questions. I've committed no crimes. I am not in the commission
Then
of
I
a
don't
crime,
know
and
that you pay for
I don't
any of
believe
this road.
any. Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, you're wasting your time.
The only person that's been rude has been you.
Great. I'm being harassed by 2 random people for sitting in a public place in my own state.
Okay. So, I'm not a random person.
You are to me.
Okay. And you're
You're
random
not a
person
cop
to me.
until I've committed a crime. Otherwise, you have no business talking to me, questioning
And I
me,
have no-
illegally detaining me on camera. Bet you regret that.
No, actually I don't.
Okay.
That's why I have not told you to shut off your camera, because I have done nothing
You cannot
wrong.
tell me to shut off my camera.
Exactly.
Why would you even bring up the fact that you haven't told me? Because you can't in the
Because
first place.
you brought it up
Whether
in the
I'm
first
committing
place,
a crime or
moron.
not, you cannot tell me to turn off my camera.
Exactly, I can't.
Is your camera on?
Yes.
Is it?
Unfortunately, I don't have my mic on me, but my camera is on.
What a joke. Good Lord.
Because I never expected any kind
I
of
have
issue.
a 11 o'clock appointment, so you have 8 minutes to do this, and then I'm going to my appointment because I am not detained unless you have a legitimate, lawful reason to detain me.
And I tried explaining that to you.
Okay, well,
that
where's
my
the
legitimate
investigation
legitimate-
at? Where's the investigation
I'm
at?
still trying to determine if what you're claiming is correct or what she's claiming
Doesn't
is
really
correct.
matter. I can
Yeah, it
take
does.
pictures of anybody's house from the public spot. You can't trespass my eyes, and you cannot stop me from taking any pictures of anything from a public spot.
That's correct.
So why are we here talking?
Because the reason this has gone on so long is because you won't cooperate.
I don't need to cooperate.
Okay.
I don't need to. I would need to if I'd committed a crime, correct?
Well, if I knew that you
Or
had
if
committed
I
a
am,
crime, you would already
am I
be
being
pulled out.
suspected of committing a crime? Am I being, that's a yes or no. Am I being suspected of committing a crime? Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
At this time, no.
Okay, then have a nice day. Kick rocks. You're dismissed.
Other than I'm smelling an odor coming from your car.
Oh, here we go. Go get
That-
your puppy then, clown. You can be embarrassed for another 30 minutes on camera. This is going on YouTube. This is going on Facebook. What's your name and badge number?
Officer David Jansen, badge 518.
Thank you. 40 minutes later. Thank you for identifying yourself, Officer
Hasn't been
Jansen.
40 minutes.
13 minutes, exactly. Thank
Okay.
you for identifying
Quite
yourself.
the difference between 13
All right.
and 40.
Thanks for the correction. Thank you for
So I'm
identifying
willing
yourself
to identify
13 minutes
myself.
later.
Why
I
are
don't
you
need
not?
to. I'm a private citizen.
So am
You
I.
are required to, actually. Don't get that twisted, buddy. You're a police officer.
Well, you said I was a random person.
I can say whatever I want. I'm a private citizen.
All right.
Are you going to go get your puppy, or are we going to waste more tax dollars
No,
on
I'm not.
camera?
I am not getting my puppy.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Okay.
So why are you still here then?
Because...
What are you looking at
I'm
in my
trying to answer all
car?
your
Look at
questions.
this crazy random person looking in my car.
I've already identified myself. You already said I'm a police officer. I'm no longer a random person.
I'm
dude.
talking to the camera. Thank you.
So now, well, you've said it on camera that I'm not a not a random person. You
Look at how
identified me
upset
as a
you're
police
getting.
officer.
Look at how upset you're getting. Be professional.
I am being professional.
All right.
It's that you are
I don't need to be professional, buddy. It's not my job to be a police officer. I'm a private citizen.
So, CRI, thank you very much.
When police try to blur the line between civil infractions and criminal behavior just to flex authority, that's a problem. You are not required to show ID unless there's reasonable suspicion of a crime. This citizen stood firm, knew his rights, and exposed how intimidation fails when the law is on your side. Always record, always stay calm, and never stop holding them accountable. Now, what happens when a cop pulls a gun on a citizen holding a camera on public property while doing nothing wrong? This video captures a terrifying moment of pure power. Abuse as a photographer calmly filming is met with an armed threat. But what follows is a bold stand for First Amendment rights that every American needs to see.
What time we got? Oop, 2 o'clock. We'll go to
You going everywhere?
Yeah, we're checking it out.
Okay.
County building.
Why?
I'm a journalist working on a story on the building and just taking a couple of video of the place and going to the clerks, filing some pull requests, and be on my way.
Okay.
Yeah. Take pictures.
Hey, Dan. Come here. Let me see some ID.
No, thank you, sir.
Your last name's Erie County?
That's what I signed in as. I'm Erie County.
Your name, or you can leave.
No, thank you, sir.
Yes, that's the rule.
It's a violation of the Fourth Amendment to violate the Fourth Amendment.
You have to sign in. You have to use your
I
correct
did
name.
sign in.
Your last name is not Erie County. And show me your ID.
I'm here working as Erie County.
If your last name is Erie County, then you could stay. Come on,
No,
let's go.
I'm not leaving. That's ridiculous. It would be a Fourth Amendment violation to ID me to come into a public building.
We'll go see my sheriff because that's his rules. So let's go. We got to go to the sheriff's office.
Tell him to come down here.
You're coming with me.
What did I do
You're
wrong?
coming with me.
Why am I coming with
Because I
you?
asked you to sign in. You didn't sign in.
I did sign in.
Your name is not Dan Erie County.
Sure it is. I'm
Come on.
here as Dan Erie County.
You
can't prove that I'm not. You can't prove that I'm not.
Then let me see your ID.
You have no right to get my ID. You don't have a crime. You can't demand ID unless somebody commits a crime in this country. That's a Fourth Amendment violation.
I can ask you for your ID.
Oh, well, thanks for asking. No, thank you, though.
No, you're leaving.
I'm not leaving.
You're leaving.
Are you a sheriff?
Yes, I am.
Or are you a security working here?
I'm a sheriff.
What's your badge number?
Come on.
Is your camera on?
It is not. Let's go.
You turn your camera on.
Come on, let's go.
Go where?
I don't know,
Where are
whatever
we going?
he said, let's
Just
go.
because he said something, he doesn't have a lawful order of any sort to give me a lawful command at all.
You're not allowed in the building.
I'm allowed in the building.
I need him to sign his real name.
I did
He put
sign in the
Dan
building.
Erie County. Come on, let's go.
I'm here as Dan Erie County. I'm not leaving. You get a supervisor down here. You don't get to get somebody's ID unless they commit a crime. You can't just demand ID.
I'm asking for your ID.
Well,
Give me your ID.
respectfully, I'm going to decline giving you ID because I have
then you
not
gotta
committed
leave.
a crime. I don't have to leave. This is public property.
You gotta leave.
This is public property. I'm not
gotta
leaving.
leave. You gotta leave.
The only way I'm leaving is if you threaten to arrest me. All right? Under threat of arrest, I will leave, and you will violate the First
Can you get
Amendment
that out of
and the
my
Fourth
face?
Amendment. I'm standing right where I was standing. You approached me, man.
Let's go.
If this is uncomfortable space for you, you can always back up.
Let's
You can too.
Just so you guys can see how close I am. I'm literally just as close to my face as he is to this camera, giving me a.
Come on.
You don't have a lawful command. Do you understand that? Get a supervisor.
Let's get out.
Get a supervisor.
Go sign in.
I did sign in.
You did not.
I did. Show me the law that says I have to sign in a public building and in public space. That is a Fourth Amendment violation of the Constitution. Don't you understand that? Did you not, as a sheriff, swear an oath to the Constitution to uphold the Constitution? You can't ID somebody. That's the kind of shit we're talking about. This guy is a sheriff. He says he's a sheriff. He's got a badge number here, but he doesn't have no idea what the Constitution, the Fourth Amendment is.
We don't have time to do what you're doing.
Let's go.
I'm not doing anything.
Let's
Do
go.
not
Let's
touch
go.
me. Do not touch me.
Let's go.
I'm not going anywhere until you get a supervisor down here. Get your hands off me, man.
No, let's
Get
go.
your cameras on. Get your
Let's
cameras
go.
on. I'm a free citizen. You don't have a right to do this.
Let's go.
You're going to regret this.
Good.
Get a supervisor down here.
Let's go.
I'm in a public building. You have no lawful order. I broke no law. You have no authority over a free moving citizen whatsoever. You have no authority to put your hands on somebody. You just committed a batter.
Good.
Good?
Arrest me.
Yeah, we know there's no accountability for the Blue Line Gang.
Let's go.
The only place I'm going is out of here in handcuffs because you guys have no lawful authority to trespass me from this building without committing a crime. I did sign into your sheet.
Not the right way.
Yeah, well, you can't prove that it's not the right way.
Why can't you just be reasonable here?
Why can't you be reasonable?
We are.
You
we're
put your
doing our
hands
job.
on me.
That's right, I did.
You
We're
put your
doing our
hands on
job.
me.
That's right, I did.
You put your hands on me.
Our job.
It is not your
Our-
job to ID people illegally.
My job.
Did you
is
swear an oath
sit
to the
out
Constitution?
there And I did.
To uphold the Constitution.
That's right.
So my Fourth Amendment violation, you have no authority to ID me. Where's your supervisor? Someone who knows the law, because you guys are so ignorant of the law.
I'm getting a supervisor over here just for you, sir.
You guys are so
Can I
ignorant
see
of the
your
law.
ID?
You are not going to see my ID. I'm not giving up ID
I
unless you.
asked you to
What
sign
crime?
in.
What crime do you suspect me
Well,
of?
you lied.
What
'cause your last
crime
name
did
is
you
not Erie
suspect me
County.
of? How do you know I'm not here working as Erie County?
I didn't.
What if
ask
that's a
who you're
DBA?
working for.
What if that's a
I'm
DBA?
looking for your name.
That's an official DBA, and
The
I'm here
sign-in
under the freedom of the
sheet-
press.
The sign-in sheet.
This is the freedom of the press.
What press? Show me your press credentials.
What the First Amendment is the freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom
Yep,
of religion,
when you're-
and freedom of
when you're
what?
part
The
of
press.
You have to have credentials.
Who gives these
Let
credentials?
me see them.
You don't have. There's no such thing.
No such thing.
No such thing as press credentials.
Okay.
That would be a violation of the First Amendment.
So are you? What's your deal?
I'm here to document my experience. I told you, make some video recording
You know
inside the
what
building.
people think when you're around recording everything, that you're going to
That
come
I'm
back
exercising
here?
my rights?
No, that you're going to come
That's what
back
they
here and
think.
cause problems.
Yeah. How many people come here and video record crimes that they're going to commit?
I don't know.
That'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? The
We
video
live in-
recorder
we live in
crime.
crazy times now.
You don't know the Fourth
So
Amendment.
I want you to
and
go.
You call that
I
nonsense?
want you to go sign in for me now.
I did sign in.
You did
Where's
not.
the supervisor? I signed in. You know
You
I
did
signed
not.
in. Show me the law that says I have to sign in and give up my Fourth Amendment rights to come in a public building.
Because I told you to.
Where's the law? You don't have a lawful authority to tell me to leave this building. Don't you understand that?
I can tell you to leave
This
this
is
building.
public
it's a county.
property.
It's a county-owned building.
And who owns the county? Who does the county? Who owns this building? The
Do you
people.
own the county?
The people own the building.
Who are the people?
The people who sent me down here to come down here and check
What
this building
people?
out.
What people?
And to record everything?
What people?
Correct, because that's my constitutional right. First Amendment, freedom of the press, public space.
Why don't you get a
You
job?
guys are going to be educated.
You need to get a real job.
Yeah, say that again. Go ahead, say it again. That's a good thumbnail right there. You need to get a real job. You guys need to get a real job where you, like a police officer, and know the law is what you guys need to do. You guys
You
are
know the
enforcing
law?
a feeling.
You know
I
the
know
law?
the law better than you do. You don't even know what the Fourth Amendment is. You just literally called the Fourth Amendment mumbo bumbo garbage. You don't even know what it is. How did you become a police officer? You know it takes 6 months to become a police officer and 2 years to become a barber? You're proving that fact right now. You guys are pignorant. That's the new term today for you guys is pignorant. You guys are being pignorant to the law. Absolutely pignorant. Where is this supervisor?
I don't know. We can go over to the sheriff's office and we'll get him over there. That's a public building. You're welcome over there.
Am I being detained right now?
No, you're not being detained.
All right, if I'm free to go then.
No, well, you're not going in this building.
Why am I not? I'm in this
Because I
building.
said so.
This is our
Because you didn't
job.
sign in.
I did sign in.
You're
You guys
bad.
put a sign-in sheet.
You're not listening.
You're going to learn who Erie County is and the Erie County family is. Being pignorant like this used to.
Yeah.
You want to put your hands on a private citizen
I did.
in a public space doing no crime. You have no lawful authority to put your hands on somebody until they break a law. No law is broken here today.
you're breaking
What law
the
did I
law.
break?
Signing in.
What law is it to sign into a public building and give up your Fourth Amendment? What law is that? It doesn't exist. New York just got their public rights laws broken down by the Supreme Court for unconstitutional stuff, and you guys are following up on that, huh? You guys are ridiculous. Please do not impede my traffic. This is illegal detention.
Well, you've
Do you
creeped
understand
somebody
this?
out upstairs because they hit the panic alarm button.
Curse somebody out upstairs.
No, you creeped somebody out upstairs.
This is a First Amendment protected
is?
activity.
What is? Walking
Video
around?
recording in public.
Okay,
Being in
then
public
go
space.
outside because the people in here don't want you to.
You know what? It doesn't matter if they want me to or you want me to. I have a right to be here.
Well, you don't have a right
You guys
to
are
go
going to make
past
prime time. Pignorant cops right here.
Mm-hmm.
What's your badge number? You
I thought you knew
you
everything.
want to be a failure to ID too?
I thought you knew everything.
Well, you're a failure at ID. We've asked you for your name and you won't give it to us.
there. What is that? 21. This isn't illegal detention. You guys are detaining me from traveling
you
freely
can
to
walk
a
that way.
perfectly public office over here.
Yep.
Do you have a reason
Where is
to
the
be
supervisor?
there?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's called freedom, baby. That's what America's all about, freedom.
You
I have
don't
to come
have a
down here
right-
due to the Freedom of Information Act, the
You
FOIL.
don't have a
I have
right
the
to be
freedom to
there.
come down here and work on a story of the freedom of the press.
You don't have a right to be down there.
Says who?
You show us the right that you need to be down there.
Excuse me.
Nope.
You keep running into me,
You
sir.
just ran into me.
I'm trying to travel. You guys are trying to impede my travel.
Well, you're not going past here.
Would you guys put your body cameras on? I want your supervisors to see it firsthand what you guys do. Why do you guys not have your body cameras on? What are these things for? So you can violate people's rights without being on video? I've been video you guys violating my rights the whole time right now.
What rights?
You're gonna learn though. You're gonna learn what rights. I love it, dude. You guys are gonna get it.
Is the sheriff over there?
Where is the sheriff and supervisor to come down here and educate you guys on the First Amendment of the Constitution?
I can't wait.
Look at these guys. This is what we pay for. We pay these guys to violate our rights and not know the law.
The captain.
And they think it's funny that they can just
Captain?
violate the law.
We're over here.
Captain, I need you to come educate your police officers. They're violating my civil rights over here. Look at him. He thinks it's funny, violating people's civil rights. Look at this guy's smile. They're going to regret this. You guys are going to learn about the Constitution today.
Eric, we need your assistance here with this guy.
Are you a supervisor?
Sure, what's up?
These guys are violating my First Amendment rights and Fourth Amendment rights. They're impeding my traffic. They're causing illegal detention. They're refusing to put their body cameras on while they're violating my rights. I'm just trying to go to the county clerk's office and record my interactions, which is perfectly legal. You need to explain to them the freedom of the press, First Amendment, in public places.
He's supposed to sign in. He wrote it. His name is Dan, Erie County. So I stopped him. He already had.
He put his hands on. Tell him he put his hands on me too illegally.
So what's your business today? Did you get it taken care of?
No, this guy put his hands on me. They won't let me go to the county clerk's office. I just want to go to the county clerk's, file some full requests. He thinks he can get ID out of somebody without committing a crime. You can't. That's a Fourth Amendment violation. He literally said to me, he doesn't know what the Fourth Amendment is. He thinks it's nonsense. So this is not funny.
Do you have an appointment or what's?
I have no appointment. I'm coming through here, documenting my experience,
And all he wants
filing some full requests, and I'm done with this illegal detention. You need to educate your deputies here.
So I send you in the right way. Something from there?
County clerk's office. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the county budget, you know, just exercising my constitutional rights to be in public, video record, and these guys are absolutely violating my civil rights right now.
All you gotta do is go back and sign your right name and show us
Thank
ID.
you. Thank you for taking care of that. I'm just going to the county clerk's office.
Hold on. So you got to sign in. That's their rule.
I did sign in.
Okay, but you didn't use your real name.
I did.
Show us
I'm
your
here
ID
under the
then.
freedom of press as Dan of Erie County. That's the name of the press.
What's your last name?
You're not getting my last name. You guys don't get my last name. That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Is that not a violation of the Fourth Amendment? Are you the captain?
Yeah, I'm going to go see if they even know Dan from Erie County is coming today.
They don't know I'm coming.
And what would you need at the county clerk's office in Wyoming County if you're from Erie?
I want to file this guy and this lady's, I want to file all their records. I want to file their
You have to do across next door at the sheriff's office.
well, I need to see the county budget as well. And am I being detained, sir?
No, but until you sign in, you can't.
Captain, am I being detained? Because these guys are detaining me right now. I'm going this way to the county clerk's office. This is illegal detention, Captain.
You're welcome to go that way.
It's still illegal detention. The captain, he needs he knows I'm right. He knows these guys are wrong. I don't know what he thinks he's going to go in the clerk's office and ask him if I'm allowed in the public office. Are they out of their mind down here? Illegal detention. I'm going to need some paperwork for this illegal detention too, so you guys better get ready to do some paperwork.
I just want to note that this is an awesome job at maintaining your composure and professionalism when doing these videos. Also, the captain just had a chance to show his knowledge of the law, but instead showed that ignorance spreads like wildfire.
Get ready to do some paperwork.
You're free to leave.
Oh, free to leave, free to stay.
That way.
Free to leave, free to go, free to stay. That's the way it works, guys. If I'm not being trespassed because I'm not doing anything illegal, you guys cannot impede my traffic.
Well, you didn't sign in.
I did sign in. Do you understand that?
No, you didn't.
I signed in. And you guys are going to know very, very, very well. You, especially you. You are going to know who I am very well by the time this is over, my friend. You too. You ignorant sons of bitches. This is what we pay for, guys. These are the sheriffs down here. They just think they can detain people willy-nilly, ID people on demand, to be inside of a public building.
What are you, one of these sovereign citizen types?
No, I don't have a badge like that. Those are the sovereign citizens. They can violate people's rights and get away with it and have these big stupid smiles on their faces and shit. Yeah, those are the real sovereign. Look at her. She knows that's the sovereign citizen shit. Look at that smile. She can't even hide it. That's real sovereign citizen shit right there. They got the Blue Line Gang Brotherhood going. They're counting on this captain to make a violation of my civil rights, but he knows I'm right. He knows he can't impede me, and he knows he can't ID me to come into a public building without committing a crime. It is not a crime to not put your last name on that paper, especially if I'm down here as a company. First Amendment, freedom of the press.
Let me see your business ID.
You want my tax ID number?
I want your company.
What do you think you are, the federal government?
I want your company ID.
You don't
When
get
the
that.
press comes
You
in
don't
here-
get that. You
When
don't get
when
that.
the-
You don't
listen
get
to
it.
me, when the press comes in here, they provide press credentials. So when you,
Negative.
If you,
Who would give out press credentials? Answer me that. Who gives it out? What office in this
anybody
building?
that's ever come in here from the press provides us with their credentials.
They provide you a business card that they made up, and that's that.
No.
Where does an official press credential come from, Smarty? Wait till you see how dumb you look in this video, boy.
We're over here.
Are you a supervisor as well?
That's the sheriff right there.
That's sheriff?
Yeah.
Sheriff.
How are you, sir?
You're the sheriff of the county?
I am.
This deputy and that deputy is violating my civil rights. They are also put their hands on me and assaulted me or battered me unlawfully because they do not have a lawful command to tell me to turn my camera off in this public space. You know that as a sheriff. I'm here to document my experience, and these guys are stopping me, causing illegal detention on my rights.
It doesn't look like you're being detained to me.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Sheriff. Looks like I'm being detained out of the I'm locked out of the county clerk's office. This is a county building.
Yeah, you can go that way.
Business hours are over?
You can go that way.
Is business hours over?
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to the county clerk's office. File some FOIL. Are you refusing me service, Sheriff?
The door's locked.
I had to pause it here for a second so y'all can take a look at this guy's dumb look on his face. The door's locked. Of course it's locked. Just look at it. This is the sheriff, guys. This is where they get it from. The door is locked because they just locked it because of the camera. Straight up. You are violating the First Amendment rights and refusing service down here. That's all I want to know. You say yes?
Why don't we get a hold of the clerk's office and see if they want to see you?
Do the clerks have a choice who they get to see and don't get to see?
So,
when did that law come into effect?
They're down there talking to her right now.
I understand, but why is this door locked, Sheriff?
It's locked.
Why?
So,
Sheriff, why is this door locked?
if they're
gonna allow public services to public, what is going on here? You guys are violating my rights.
there's no rights being violated.
There's no rights being violated? I can't go to the county clerk's office because of why?
I'm
Because
sure
of the
you'll be
camera?
able to get there at some point.
When you educate your officers about my First and Fourth Amendment rights, they think they can get ID out of me to come into a public building. You agree with that, Sheriff? Sheriff, do you have to show ID to get into this public building? Do you have to show your driver's license?
You have to write your name down there.
I did write my name down there, who I am. So what is the problem? Do you have to show ID to get into this building? That would be a Fourth Amendment violation, correct, Sheriff?
A Fourth Amendment?
Fourth Amendment, unlawful search and seizure. You cannot demand ID unless you've been suspected of a crime. Reasonable, articulable suspicion, RAS. You know these things. You're a sheriff.
You're going to be going to, if you want to go to the clerk's office, they're trying to address that right now. Just be a little patient. That's all they're asking.
A little patient? I'm being detained out of the office right now.
Nobody's detaining you. You're going around.
So, what is your name, sir?
It's Greg Rudolph.
You're the sheriff of the county, but you're not willing to admit that it would be a Fourth Amendment violation for them to ID me to get in this building?
No, I'm not going to admit that.
That's perfectly legal here with you, huh? You're gonna eat those words, Sheriff.
When officers unholster weapons against cameras, it's not safety, it's tyranny. This case proves why we must always record and know our rights. The law protects peaceful observation and public photography. If intimidation wins, freedom dies. Stay strong, stay informed, and never stop filming. This is how we hold power accountable.